I do a marathon running, be competitive to death. I got 1,000 rounds drawn, boy, I wear it like a belt. I got 1,000 handguns, Rambo wouldn't touch. I got 1 million payroll killers headed to Kentucky. I drive safe.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Silas. Quiet gang, what's good? Let's go!
Catch up on the mission. Hey, boy, she think it's Heinz 57, catch up in the kitchen.
Okay, I'm reloading.
Make sure you don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get it.
Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, my club? What's good, everybody? Good morning, everybody. Everybody get up. Friday, early Saturday morning, beautiful Saturday morning. You know what I'm saying? We out and about doing our deeds, running our errands, you know, up, blessed, we not scared, we not breaking. Thank God you're able to have something to eat this morning. Thank God you're able to feed your kids this morning. Everything is a blessing, but of course, it's important. But as you can see, as entitled, this morning, we got a preacher that's getting raided, house getting raided, basically caught up in some $50 million fraud scheme. And this is going on as we speak. It's actually breaking news, but let's go and get into it and see what we got going on, see what this preacher got going, and we'll get back into the commentary later. All right. Yeah.
Welcome to the Clapback Show. I'm the one and only Big Silence, and this is the original Clapback Show. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and the rest will amaze you throughout.
Refer to the term of medicine or narcotic. Refer to the term of news. Thank you.
It's the Clapback Show.
Yeah. Let me not hold down this long. Let's go and get into this. See what this preacher got going. Yo. What it's going for? Why you it's going inside? Cut it down. All right. Yeah, let's get it. I'll holler at y'all in a minute.
Two church leaders with ties to Tampa are facing federal charges tonight. They're at the center of what investigators are calling a multi-million-dollar conspiracy involving money laundering, forced labor, and abuse. This follows multiple FBI raids this morning, including at a home in the affluent Avalon neighborhood in Hillsborough County. This was part of a nationwide takedown. Fox 13 is covering this investigation from multiple angles. Our Kylie Jones is at the federal courthouse in Tampa, diving deeper into the church and its leaders. But we begin with Aaron Mesmer live in Avila with more on the raid and reaction from neighbors. Aaron.
Yeah, Haley, and these neighbors were absolutely stunned by what went on this morning. Neighbors in this community, they woke up to helicopters and FBI agents raiding a home in Avila. And once they found out why those federal agents were there, it was even more surprising.
Some of you say, I don't have 100,000, but you have 20,000. You have 50,000 here, or you have 10,000.
That's video of David Taylor asking viewers to send money to his church. Federal authorities now say Taylor used donations to fund an extravagant lifestyle that included this massive mansion in Tampa's affluent Avila community. FBI agents raided the home Wednesday morning.
It's very surprising to hear that type of thing was going on, again, right in your backyard.
It's unclear what authorities took from the home. This view from Skyfox shows several cars lined up with gift bows on top. Neighbors say the 10-bedroom, 10.5-bathroom, 28,000 square foot mansion is one of the largest in Avila.
Because everyone's like, how could a pastor afford to live in a house like that.
According to the 23-page federal indictment, this house is one of several properties throughout the country purchased by Taylor's Kingdom of God Global Church. He's the pastor and referred to himself as an apostle, according to court documents. The indictment alleges Taylor recruited people to work at call centers, referring to them as armor bearers. Investigators say they were his, quote, personal servants who fulfilled Taylor's demands around the clock and were never paid. Taylor and Executive Director Michelle Brannon are accused of controlling nearly every aspect of the workers' lives, cutting them off from family and forcing them to take contraceptives. Human trafficking advocates say it's a devastating situation.
And you really had every aspect of human trafficking. You had individuals who were, brought to a facility that they couldn't leave. They weren't being paid. They had production goals that they had to meet.
And authorities say if the workers failed to reach Taylor's monetary goals, they faced punishment, including public humiliation, food and shelter restrictions, sleep deprivations, and physical and psychological abuse. The Crisis Center of Tampa Bay's CEO says these victims will likely face a long recovery. She says there's another lesson every community can learn from this.
This can happen in one of our most affluent zip codes in Hillsborough County. It can happen in your backyard. It can happen in my backyard.
As for the folks who lived with alleged human trafficking, fraud, and money laundering happening in their backyards.
I hope it's not true, but if it is, he deserves everything he's going to get.
And there was also what appeared to be a federal command center set up just north of here at St. Joseph's Hospital in Lutz. Experts say if there were any human trafficking victims at this property, they likely would have been taken to a nearby hospital for care. Haley?
Let's hope they can get all the help they need. It sounds like they have been through quite a lot. Aaron, thank you.
Damn. What? This what's going on? This what's going on? This what preachers doing right now? So definitely this breaking news, man. Caught up in a millions, I think over $50 million scheme, man. And they had human trafficking going on. And who is this preacher? Pastor? He's a huge pastor. They say he's like a world-known pastor, man. Damn, pastor. You mean to tell me you get the new better, do better alert today? The preacher. Saturday morning, you didn't even make it to Sunday service. You ain't even gonna make it to Sunday service. It's over with. What you gonna tell the congregation? Man. See, this is why you're supposed to do right by God. If you're doing God's work, do right by God. Stop thinking because you're getting away with it for a little while and you riding in fancy cars and you got big houses and you living a plush life as a pastor that you're not going to get caught. Now you sitting there looking like boo-boo the fool and you got to go and face your punishment. What you gonna tell the congregation? That was all their money. You took a lot of people's money. Over $50 million worth of people's money. Pastor, how you gonna make this right? How are you gonna make this right? Man, if you knew better, do better. If you know better, go better. And let's go for preachers too. Shame on you, man. Shame on you, man. They go for preachers too. Pastors too. Y'all can't be out here running game, man. Taking people's last dollar, man. So you can drive in an expensive car and traffic humans, females, whatever, prostitutes, doing everything that in the devil's work to make money and take it to God's work. You can't do that. This is what happens. You end up on the news, house raided. You going to jail. People want their money back. Nobody gonna trust you. You ain't gonna be a good preacher. No matter they give you 2 days. When you get out, you can't open another church up. You can't get another congregation going. Your reputation is gone, man. Shot through the floor. And you owe them people. You owe over $50 million, man. Man. What's going on? Oh yeah, let me see what else I can pull up on this preaching, man. It's insane, brother. Like I said, this is what makes it hard for a lot of people to go to church nowadays. So you just really can't trust what you fed to us Houston pastor. So he's from Houston. Let's get into this news quick.
Are now accused of running a $50 million labor trafficking and money laundering scheme.
So wait. He's saying it's two pastors. So wait a minute. It ain't just one preacher. It's like a ring of crooked preachers. It's a ring of crooked pastors that are schemed over millions of dollars. It ain't just one. It's multiple pastors. This is sad. And like I said, it was just a few hours before Sunday. They were gonna make it to church and hustle some more money out of some more people. Seems like they specifically got y'all on a Saturday. Shut y'all congregation down. Shut y'all congregation all the way down. But what we finna do? Okay. So that means I'm too close to the computer. Alright, you bang away from the computer. Alright, let's get back into the rest of this news. Since there's multiple preachers, man, I didn't know that.
KPRC2 reporter Rochelle Turner is outside Joshua Media Ministries International with what investigators say was happening behind closed doors.
Federal prosecutors say the two leaders solicited donations and even forced followers into labor. Now, all day we've seen agents coming in and out of this campus. We spoke to a man who works next door, and he says that he noticed unusual activity at the church in the past year. He remembers trying to offer a man some water while he was cutting grass, but says he just looked away. Drone video shows a bird's eye view of the JMMI Global Campus for Harvest off the North Freeway in North Houston. The property belongs to the Kingdom of God Global Church. On Wednesday, a heavy law enforcement presence surrounded the facility. FBI agents moving in and out for hours. Sean Oakland works next door at City Electric Supply and says the scene didn't shock him.
I rolled up and I saw a lot of cars parked in the street right here, and we had probably about 6-7 cops in here, and I pretty much knew right away what it was. When I first started working here, they let me know that there's a cult right behind us, and I was wondering what that was about. I thought they were messing with me, and I looked up the name and saw the owner, his previous indictments and everything, and walked inside. I was like, y'all weren't joking, huh?
Federal prosecutors say ministry leaders David Taylor and Michelle Brannon ran call centers in Michigan, Florida, Texas, and Missouri. They're accused of forcing followers to work long hours for little or no pay, pressuring them to meet steep donation quotas. Victims reportedly lived in ministry housing or even slept inside those call centers, with their movements strictly controlled.
They would have people cut this big field of grass with a push mower, and they would be out here for 8 hours a day. I mean, from sun up to sundown, and I don't know, whenever I leave, I don't know what happens, but they were here the whole time I was here, and we always joked that it was punishment, and now reading all this stuff, the unpaid labor, I'm sure it was.
According to a 10-count federal indictment, Taylor, who called himself an apostle, required some followers known as armor bearers to serve him around the clock. Prosecutors allege they transported women to him and in some cases were told to take emergency contraceptives. Oakland says strange things were common, like unmarked cars and armed guards on the property.
Big stages in the back, no one's ever on them, set up with pictures of people's faces and a curtain where you couldn't really see what's going on. People peeping in and out of windows, only time we ever really saw people.
Taylor was arrested in North Carolina, Brannon in Florida. Both are expected to make their first court appearances very soon. Investigators say this is only the beginning, and they're urging anyone who may be victimized to come forward. Reporting in North Houston, I'm Rochelle Turner, KPRC2 News.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet.
Wow, so that's a lot. And the preacher, I thought it was like, I don't know why. I thought it was just two. I thought it was two male preachers. It's a black man and a white woman. That's the two. That's the two crooked preachers. They ran this millions of dollar scheme and forced people to do excessive labor, and they had some human trafficking going. Like, man, golly, and this was like a cult. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know what a cult is, it's like a person that brainwashes a lot of people and he just gets them to pretty much give up their life and all they, you know what I'm saying, personal things, they loved ones, people that they connected to. They talk them into giving up everything and just giving they life and giving they labor to this one person, this brainwashing. You know what I'm saying? And she'll have like almost like a whole classroom or building full of people. My bad, y'all. If y'all heard me echoing, that's because I'm all close up on my computer, man. I don't know why I be doing it. But this is one person that brainwashes a whole lot of people and have them doing weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like eating potatoes and drinking water for for 6 months. Don't go outside. Don't open their curtains. Just stay inside of some kind of whatever facility that the brainwasher that was built and put them in that shut them out from society and life, and just pretty much hide them and have them doing work for him or her, brainwashing all these people. To, you know what I'm saying? Give up your lifestyle and everything you got going and dedicate your life to that. And these people do it too, like adults. These is grown people. Most of them, some of them be having kids. Take all their kids with them, the husband and the wife, and just throw away life, walk away from life, and they go live and do whatever this one person is telling them and all these other people to do. And then you end up saying something like this. It's another cult leader that was years ago by the name of Jim Crow, if I'm not mistaken. Jim, something like that. Well, he basically, man, he brainwashed all these people, not just white people, black people. He had a whole lot of different races and brainwashed them to come to this little island that's ducked off from the world. They all went over there, and he had them just pretty much like living off the land. They didn't have no job, like no regular jobs. They was all like gardening, almost like they was living back in you know, the early days where there wasn't no stores and nothing. He just basically had them start from scratch. And they was doing this for him, for one person. They all was doing all of this for one person. And he had them so brainwashed when the news found out what he was doing and they started coming over there, sending people over there to record and get footage on him. He talked everybody into drinking some kind of poison that he made and taking themselves out. Like, for real. The families, they kids, all of them. Like, he talked all of them into drinking this poison and demising themselves. So when the people finally got to the little island where all of them was at, it was just like a land full of bodies, like adult, kids, all ages. They was all just laying out, demised, like gone. And what happened to him? Yeah, I think he waited and something happened. I think he ended up taking the poison too. if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, man, like it's crazy. That's what these coats be doing, man. Uh, Yeah, that's what it is. Like I said, man, it's two preachers, man. Nowadays, you, you never know. You never know. This is a black man and a white woman that did all of this and confiscated over millions of dollars from people. They was able to steal over millions of dollars. Like it's it's sad, man. And then they had the name of the land that they was on, or the name of the church, or whatever the building was, King God Kingdom or something. You know, they had like a godly name on it, like it was a big church. Man, that's why I'm scared, man. I'm scared of today. Today is a different day, man. It's not like it used to be when I was a kid. You gotta be careful who you trust out here, man. You gotta be careful who you call a preacher and a pastor, and you know the difference between a pastor and a brainwasher and somebody that's trying to run a cult. Anybody talk you out of leaving your house, that's all. It's a red flag. Somebody talk you out of leaving your home, it's a red flag. Somebody talk you out of your money, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. This man had all expensive cars, a big old expensive house, red flag. But yeah, man, like I said, two pastors arrested. This guy and this woman. And they were running a big multi-million-dollar scheme and overworking like people they said they was hiring and making them work like 10, 12 hours a day, using a push mower on a yard that you should have had a zero turn on. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's a bunch of crazy stuff, but we're gonna keep it with the updates and whatever come out, what else come out on them, we'll be discussing and I will go. Until then, it's still Silence the Clapback King BD. Like I said, good morning to everyone. Early in the morning. Let's gonna make it a productive day. Let's get to what we got to get to. Until then, Clapback King, you know better, go better. If you knew better, do better. This is the Clapback Show. I am the one and only Clapback King BD, and I will holler at y'all later.
Guess what you fuck? What was you saying? Don't stop acting tough. Your partners ain't sliding. I guess you just had no damn boo-hoo. Now blow out his mind. I'm back on the money. She call it a grind. Put your life on the line. Looking his eyes, you can tell that he's scared, but they ain't ready to die. Gang get an order. Them soldiers don't stand by them 762s. They singing the tune.